guys, Comic Uno. Today I'm doing a review for Young Justice Season 2, Episode 14, and this is called Runaways. And before I start talking about this review, just want to give you guys, a little bit of my input of the cancellation. I had a video about it, and if you guys didn't see it, Young Justice did get canceled, so I was thinking maybe, because I know a lot of people are signing petitions and stuff, but I was thinking because Roswell, which was actually one of my favorite shows, I didn't watch it when the series was actually on air, but they got Season 3 because they sent Tabasco bottles to the network, and they're getting so overwhelmed by that, and sending something physical, to the mail and then jamming all their mailboxes annoys them a little bit more than petitions, because they could kind of ignore the petitions, but I think with this they really can't ignore it. Send letters and stuff. So this is my idea. Now one of my viewers, PhilliesSuperman, actually made a label because I gave this idea on one of the comments and people liked it, gave a label for Reach and to save Young Justice, which the label will be in the description below, and to put it around a Gatorade bottle, take the Gatorade, wrapper off, and put the Reach thing and send Reach drinks to the company and to, Cartoon Network, to the network. So, so that's my idea for, maybe getting us Young Justice back. That's just one of my ideas. I heard a lot of other ones. So tell me if you like that idea. Tell me if you'll do it again. The label will be in the description below. And thank you, PhilliesSuperman, for sending me that, making me that. That way we could, try saving Young Justice. But let's talk about this episode. It's called Runaways. This has to do with all the Runaways. A lot of people who have been missing Static. We get to see him in this episode. We get to see Ty, who is Blue Beetle's friend. So we get to see them run away again from Star Labs, because that's where they're trying to, get their powers all together, and they want to run away because they want to be by themselves or whatever. So they run away, but there's this big monster at Star Labs, so they have to go back. Blue Beetle helps, but there's something a little off about him. And after the battle, they run away again, and Lex Luthor meets them and says, I don't like the Reach either, so why don't you team up with me? And they're like, okay, that sounds good. So now they're teaming up with Lex Luthor, that is still obviously with the Reach. And we also find out that Blue Beetle, Green Beetle actually did something to Blue Beetle. And now he's part of the Reach, it seems like, because they're teamed up with Black Beetle. So, yeah, that was the big story with this. I gotta say, I didn't love this episode, but I didn't hate it either. I was never into the whole Runaway story. I'm definitely invested with other stories, but this definitely progressed a lot of things we needed. So for me, I didn't love the episode, but I definitely know why we had the episode. And I love seeing Static, which it just brought back old memories of the TV show, and it really still had the same attitude with that. So I'm glad we got to see Static, and we get to see some of the Runaways and stuff. But I didn't love the Runaway story, because again, I was never connected with that story, so a lot of it's like, oh, I don't really know these characters. The only person I was really following was Static. So it's interesting, but I think there were better episodes. I think last episode was a lot better than this episode, but it's so understandable why they did this. I'm glad they did progress this story a lot with the Runaways. And again, seeing Static, I was very happy. What else? The Blue Beetle thing. I think we all predicted that Green Beetle wasn't the best guy, but now we have to see the Young Justice team actually react to that, and we get to see him, play a different part in this. You get to see, like, oh, he seems like the same Blue Beetle, and, but he is a little different, so I think we're going to see that progress a lot more throughout the next episodes, because it was a little confusing how they described it, but you saw a Black Beetle, so you knew something was wrong, but they described it in a weird way, so, that was a little confusing. But I'm glad they're progressing that story, and because I think a lot of us were curious about what exactly Green Beetle did, wasn't a good thing. So that should be interesting to play throughout the next couple episodes. And I think that's something that was interesting about this episode. Towards the end, we get a lot of this progression, and I'm sure that the Runaways are going to play a bigger part, and we'll learn more about their characters. But I felt like with this episode, we didn't really get to connect with the Runaways. Again, everyone loves Static because we've been waiting for Static, but everyone else, I just felt like, yeah, they've been mentioned, but could they hold their own episode? And I feel like they didn't at the same time they did. Like, it wasn't one of the best episodes, but they did carry the episode a lot. I just wish that they kind of halved it, you know, giving the Runaways, you know, half the episode and another character another half besides Blue Beetle because he is with the Runaways story. I think they should have done maybe like a Miss Martian story with that also, and I think it would have been better this episode. But a lot of things get developed, and I'm sure this was more for the future, and it's an interesting episode. You definitely can't miss it. It's one of those episodes, like, right now you're like, oh, okay, this was, you know, not a lot happened, but once, you know, you'll be like, oh, now I see why that was important. It's definitely an important episode to watch, but I don't think it was one of my favorites, but it was an interesting episode. Yeah, so definitely watch it. It was interesting. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that happened with this episode. I feel like I had something in my mind that I wanted to say about it, but really isn't anything else that I have to say about the episode. But tell me your thoughts about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you like their power? Oh, one thing I did want to say. I just popped back in my mind. The Japanese girl, Asami, I think her name is. Why did she speak Japanese throughout this whole episode? If I want to connect with the character, I need to hear what she's saying, you know? I understand, I guess they were trying to do as a joke. It's like, oh, I can't understand her. That is hilarious. It's like, oh, Static can't understand her. Oh, everyone can't understand. Yeah, subtitles, please. I mean, I really want to understand what she was saying. And I was like, oh, when's the subtitles coming? Guess they're never coming. So I was a little disappointed with that because I want to connect with these Runaway characters. I think that's why I didn't love it that much. It's because I don't really have a connection with these characters. Again, besides Static, you know, I didn't really have a connection with any of the characters. And the Blue Beetle story felt like driven this episode a little bit more. So really disappointed about the Asami thing. I was like, why don't you just tell us what she's saying? And then it would still be funny because then we'll see, oh, they don't understand what she's saying, but we know what she's saying. So I wish she just maybe not speak English, but giving us subtitles or something. So yeah, that's what I thought about this episode. Tell me in the comments below what you thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Do you think it was better than the last episode? Do you like the Runaways, or did you feel like a non-connection to them like I did in this episode? But I'm sure episodes to come will be better. I'm sure this has to do with episodes to come. And again, it's just one of those pieces of puzzle. Right now, you're like, oh, okay, I'll hold this for now. But, you know, as episodes go on, you're like, ah, that fits. I understand what you're saying. So, yeah, I liked the episode. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I thought it was okay, but definitely worth watching. So, this is Comic Uno. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. And, guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Red Situations. And I hope you guys enjoy. Bye.